Alright, you guys know what it is. There's been drama recently with the Trails community, and I think I made a post about this like yesterday, and like I decided like, you know what? I think it's finally time to make a video. It is currently like at least 10:38 p.m. right now, and I feel like, you know what? I think it's about time that I fucking make this video right now and like give my outright thoughts about this. And I know that if you guys watch CG Inferno's video, he's also talked about this, about the whole, like, the situation between, like, Twitter being weird, Twitter being, like, localization, BBBBB. Alright. Alright, just to get started, let's go with the full context of this. As you guys know, Trails for Daybreak 2 is already officially out on PS, PlayStation, PC, Steam, etc., etc. And yeah. First thing comes up is the fact that, well, everyone has full access to the game, purchased for $59.99, and obviously, this first thing got announced that the work announcement that Andrew Wallace announced, the localization editor for NISA America, works for Trails Daybreak 1 and 2. He's the lead editor for Trails Daybreak 2. He edited 2/3 of the main story and produced the game's dub, helped with the casting, support direction of all the game's voiceover at PCB. And so far, like, once you announce your thing, it feels like you feel good about yourself. And then, all of a sudden, as usual, there's been some support. And then there's, like, support from their voice actors. And bam! Get a lot of localization wokage from the Trails community. Like, thinking that, what... was this really a good idea? Like, seriously. And you guys know, I've already talked about my problems with localization in the past. I don't make it such a deal that I go out of my way to like get angry over it and like cause insults to their staff or DMs or anything like that. Like, I don't fucking do that. You guys know I just fucking play the game. You guys can see me play Trails for Daybreak 2. I know that the script is not great. I've been vocal about, like, the game's not really translated. I think the game is, like, 25% translated and 75%, like, transformed into different words. And I'm just like, you know what? I have to deal with it because, like, one, I did play the original, like, Japanese with the VNOCR. No, get me wrong, VNOCR is not perfect, but it's still, like, Google's Translate whatever, what sort of thing. Or like, oh, I forgot what was it called, like, whatever, it's what it is. And yeah, apparently, like, the script for this game, people really didn't like the choices they made for, like, the last game and for this game. And I believe a tweet that really started it all was like a 30k Twitter tweet thinking that Riz shouldn't be used in this game because, like, the original script didn't have Riz. Ask about Vaughn asking for pronouns. Now, to be fair, I don't think people have gotten to the plot for the reason why, like, Vaughn says pronouns is because, like, I don't want to spoil shit right now, but there will be a part that is pretty, like, you know, explanatory if you're playing Daybreak 2. If you are, like, in the middle of the game and, like, I won't say what it is, but once you figure out what it is, you'll be like, oh, dang. I guess that makes sense. And then, like, boom. More, like, you don't hate localizers enough. Okay, wait, here, now, here's the thing. We literally don't like AI. Okay? We don't want voice actors to be replaced by AI. We don't want actual script writers to be replaced by AI. In fact, even though I kind of use AI in a way, but not too focused on damn it about it. Like, people may say that the VNOCR I used was AI. And you guys can probably agree or disagree with that, but I was using Google Translate and DeepL for that. So it was, like, usable for me. That's why, like, I use those things. And then, like, a lot of insane, like, stuff happens. Like, people are saying, like, I will never buy your game. You're pushing your political trash from this. So, you're, like, there's a lot of woke comments in the Trails community that are like very vocal. Like, one, I don't necessarily agree that you shouldn't say stuff like this, bad comments, like insulting comments. But there's this criticism, be like, oh, I should at least like make a criticized response about this. But then again, people weren't really giving you criticized responses, and then like all of these damn he says kill or something. I'm like, really guys, like, come on, man. Like, that you're telling them to go kill yourself, or like death threats, or unalive yourself, or like. And then there's the AI stuff, which is like pretty dumb. But it is kind of frustrating that, like, you know, like anything that goes west, people will complain about localization, especially with English subs that may not be as accurate towards the dubbing process. And to be fair, I'm just whatever. I'm just here to play video games. I've complained about this so many times before, but it's not to a point where I'm just gonna like, you know, insult the freaking staff about it. Because, like, let's be real, NISA literally did, like, had, like, I believe employees made, like, bot Twitter accounts, or, like, made up Twitter accounts just to, like, insult my work, which is, like, pretty rough. It is what it is, that's why I'll never get sponsored by NISA, but either that, I still play the games. I still played fucking Zero, I played Azure, I played Reverie, I played Cold Steel 3-4, etc., etc. And, like, it's not a good look, to be honest. You could easily tell who are, like, the fucking, like, localization community because they have Twitter Blue. I believe they Elon Musked their way out of this shit just to put their own comments in. And you know, like, localization community loves to use Twitter Blue. These are literally the comments out of Twitter Blue people. Like, holy shit. And then there's some that are not Twitter Blue, but I don't think they're really Trails fans, to be honest. You can really tell they're not actually Trails fans. Like, the stuff we're seeing from this is, like, fucking insane. Like, these replies are actually insane. Like, I even can't believe this is coming from the Trails. You guys, you know about this. We have proven that this in itself, that we are probably the worst fandom in video game history. Like, I'm not even joking that we are probably representing one of the worst fandoms we've ever, like, represented. And that's why nobody wants to play our games, because of, like, well, the people who literally, like, fucking, like, say shit like this. And then there's some supportive casters, people, you know, like, it's so, like, ridiculous that, like, this has become the norm for, like, any Trails game that gets released, and it's pretty sad that I'm actually a part of the Trails process, but, like, seeing all this come through these comments, like, it's just, like, insane. You guys can see, I already voiced my opinions about Hatsu, about, like, certain stuff. I won't get into detail, but, like, I don't agree with, but it is what it is. And yeah, it's pretty upset seeing, like, the Trails community act like this. Like, I've never seen any comments like this in my community. Well, there's a few, but there's some that I deleted because it was just pretty far in their comment section, but, like, yeah. And then, like, all of this all of a sudden, John Patronat, the voice of Katra's VA, telling them to give an Andrew shit in the reply, should be ashamed themselves, who worked this out of Daybreak 2, love for serious, pay the haters no mind. Like, voice actors had to, like, reply. Sam Slade, even though she's not I don't think she's part of this game, but she's the voice of Topaz in HSR and in Zenless Zone Zero. Emmy Lowe voices Ashen in Daybreak. She even voices Emmy also voices the other I forgot the name again, but, like, the character from Daybreak 1. And then, like, boom, all these Twitter Blue localization complainers, wokage people. Like, I think humanity is kind of doomed with the comments they're saying. Like, I don't even want. I'll probably just block all of them I'll probably just block all of these comments because they are pretty fucking insane. Like, guys, you guys didn't say this about English VAs in Genshin, HSR, or Zenless Zone. Sure, they're not. Some of them are not voiced because of the strikes, act for strike, but like, it's not as far as this. There's also the fact that there's been praise of like Sega games and Persona games or Atlas games that stick to the original script, that you even like voice actors have to say San, Kun, or Senpai, whatever, in their scripts, like Persona, Yakuza, like, you know, like it's just like a very, very like rough like head of like stuff, you know, like these elitists really think they're like above it all, thinking like they are the reason why like they are in charge of the localization process. But like, man, it's kind of rough out there, you know? It's really rough out there. And then like, I've said some stuff about certain creators before, but like this is just like an entire woke community, and it's like, damn, these guys are really not VAs then. Like, you guys can easily tell. No, you guys, they are not actually gamers, like, for real though. Like, it's actually fucking sad. Like, this is the state of the community. And like I disagree that I disagree with how the script was. That I know they were trying to make it fun for their own version, even though I don't think it's a good script for Trails through Daybreak 1 and 2, but the voice actors do make up for it because of the whole thing. And then like, yeah, it's pretty sad that it has come to this. And like, the fact that localization itself, like, people don't know what they want, and then like, people claim that the script is so terrible that they don't want to play the series. Like, you see this Twitter Blue user right here. Like, you just gotta keep going beyond and like above this. I want to see what this comments are. The comments are like pretty bad. No, they're not pretty bad. I think like it's just supportive. Like, it's finally here. We can finally catch up to the game. It's like, I think it's because the fact that the game came out so quickly that they probably wanted to not translate the game. Like, all of the game. That's why. That's why, like, we were able to get it out quickly. Like, yeah, it's really like a messed up situation as is. Someone made like comments about the entire localization thing. It'd be like, huh, why did they change this? And all that. You know, it's so funny that you guys have Twitter Blue that you can afford that shit. Meaning you're actually like Elon's D suckers or anything like that. At the fact that they're saying stuff like this. Yeah. I made like a community post about this in here. Some were supportive, some were not supportive. I think that's gonna show right here. I think the state of the community is probably very doomed. This is the tweet that's Pirate Nation that's saying that it's over. Right here. Their queer representation, blah blah blah. It had over 5k likes. I believe it had like 1 million views on Twitter, which is like pretty. No, 166k views on Twitter, which is very insane. I think Andrews was like nearly 500k. Okay, that's even worse. 587k. The fact that you got so many onlookers seeing this itself, it's not a good sign. That if like people are like wokeage after this, but you know, it's fans these days. They can't behave like regular people. You know, we've already proved. I think this has already proven that we are probably the worst fan base in gaming. I'll probably get shouted in the comments for saying that because, like, one, you guys are they're giving us you guys are giving us proof, literally proof that we are probably the worst like localization, fan base, Trails fan base in the world, and that's not something to be proud of. And I'm just sad that it's come to this. And yeah, anyway. I think it will probably die down, but at the same time, I'm expecting a lot of like replies later, for, like in the future. Anyone likes to like quote tweet shit, you know? Even this one is like pretty fucked up right here. Cure for localizers with a gun for... It's just like pretty fucking insane. They actually put like their action marker on their bullets to put into their gun thing. That's also another fucked up thing too. It's just... I don't know, man. At one point, I did say that I don't like the script. I've shared my takes on the scripts on criticism localization, but I wouldn't go that far to a point where I'm just like fucking insulting the actual like worker itself. Even though like I have disagreements with Hatsu about stuff, I don't think Hatsu has ever replied to me, which is totally fine. You be professional about your work, that's totally fine. And yeah. Anyway, I don't like having to make this video, but I have to in a way that's for the purpose of like trying to get this out. So anyway, I hope like the community cures itself soon, but I doubt it. But you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys all in another Trails video.